Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Sorry, sir.
Yes, okay. Yes. Today we are going to start graph. So we are going to discuss about the graph. Okay, right?
Sir, is it
Yes, sir.
chapter?
So can you see this one?
Yes.
It's okay.
Sir, is this new chapter?
No, no. Yes, we are going to start graph. Yes. See, have you heard about a graph? Have you heard about a graph?
Yeah. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So, what is graph? What is graph?
The lines. Graph is like a representation of. It represents.
Yes, yes. Very good, very good. So, graph is a representation. So, graph is a representation. So, we can define the graph. So, like this. So, how can we define? So, it is a pictorial representation. A pictorial representation of two sets of two sets of numerical data. So here we can define the graph like this. Graph is a pictorial representation of two sets of numerical data, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, it is a pictorial representation of two sets of numerical data. So let us see what are the graphs which we'll discuss in this lesson. Okay. Say, can you this one? Say, can you this slide?
Graph.
Yes, okay. Yes, so here we can see bar graph. So the graph in which data are represented by a rectangular column is called bar graph. So did you get the idea what is bar graph?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so the graph in which data are represented by a rectangular column is called bar graph. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, see, all of you write in your lecture note, say what is bar graph. So the graph in which data are represented by a rectangular column is called bar graph. Okay, so we can see one of the bar graph. So can you see this one bar graph?
Yes, sir.
So now we can see two axes, that is x-axis and y-axis, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Here you can see x-axis and y-axis. So on x-axis, what they have given? On x-axis, they have given various classes, that is class 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. On y-axis, they have given number of girls in class. That is class 6. How many girls are there? Sian Fatima. In class 6, how many girls are there?
35.
35. Yes, right. Good. And what about class 8, Ihan Rafi? How many girls are there in class 8?
So, okay. Class 8,
8.
there are 25.
Yes, right, 25. So that means from the bar graph, we easily, so we understood that how many girls are there in each class, right? Did you get an idea about bar graph?
sir.
Yes,
Yes, yes, okay. So next we can see, yes. So now, can you explain what is bar graph? Bar graph, Michelle, what is bar graph?
It is a pictorial representation of two sets of numerical data.
That is known as graph. So I asked you what is bar graph? What is bar graph?
So can I say?
Yes, Sian,
Represents
yes.
information based when drawing bars.
Yes. So we can draw a rectangular column. So when we represent the graph in the form of rectangular column, we can call the name what is bar graph. Okay, right? Right. So
Yes,
next one. So next one is the pie chart. Next one is pie chart. Here in this case of pie chart, a type of graph that represents the data in the circular graph. Circular graph. So that is known as pie chart. So in pie chart, so the piece of the graph are proportional to the fraction of the whole in each category. That is a type. How can we explain pie chart? So a type of a graph that represents the data in the circular graph. Circular graph. That is known as pie chart. The piece of the graph are proportional to the fraction of the whole in each category. That is known as pie chart. Right?
Yes, sir.
So how can we
Sir, can
explain
you show? I was writing.
pie chart? How can we explain pie chart? Stina
sir,
Shijo.
can you share the screen?
Yes.
Share the screen.
Yes. So pie chart is another way of representation. So it is a type of a graph that represents the data in the circular graph. So the piece of the graph are proportional to the fraction of the whole in each category. In each category. Okay, right?
No, sir,
Is it
I have
over?
no.
Finish, sir.
Yes, is it over?
No,
No,
sir.
no.
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir.
Try to finish. Try to finish.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Yes, finished.
1 minute. 1 second.
Yes, sir. Finished.
Yes.
Sir, I finished.
Yes, okay. So next we can see. Next we can say that. So the diagram of a pie chart. So in this diagram, we saw. What can we see in this diagram? In this pie chart?
It is representing the amount of gases in a
Yes, good. So that means the pie chart represents the amount of gases in atmosphere. The amount of gases in atmosphere, that is nitrogen, oxygen, and other gases. So name the gas which is present in high amount in atmosphere?
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen.
That means most of the part of the pie chart is represented by the amount of nitrogen gas. Yes, so we have already studied about the amount, the percentage of nitrogen is 78%. 78% in atmosphere. Okay. The next comes to oxygen gas. So, and the remaining is other gases. So the diagram, and this diagram represents the amount of gases in atmosphere. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now we have seen how many graphs we have seen.
Bar graph and pie chart.
Yes, bar graph and
Pie chart.
bar graph and pie chart. So what is a bar graph? Savio Sandra,
Okay.
what is bar graph?
So can I?
Yes, ma'am. Sir, the graph in which data are presented by rectangular column is called bar graph.
Yes, good. Rectangular column is called a bar graph. And what about pie chart?
Yes.
Harin, what about pie chart?
A type of graph that is represented by the data in the circular graphs. The pieces of the graph are proportional to the factor of the whole in each category.
Yes, that is known as which one? Pie chart. So next one we can say so we can see the